how did you guys get the celebrities to talk about this positive impact message? Is there a person with disabilities who has had a positive impact on your life? Can you guys tell us how that became about?
Yeah, that's definitely a question for Michael.
we uh the question of how did you get them to do it, you can never get anybody to do anything really, like everybody has their own willpower. But what we did is we reached out to some of the, we looked at the top songs, top 500 songs of all time on Rolling Stones. We looked at them, and those artists that would be known in the world charts, and we reached out to them with that question that you had: who's a person with disability that's had a positive impact on your life, or who's made a big contribution um, to your life, and we expected maybe 10% would respond, and actually like around, I think it was like 93% of a response rate. So it just blew us away. So I feel like the question of like, how did you get people to? Well, we reached out to people, but the amazing thing was that people wanted to tell those stories. Lance Bass wanted to tell the story about his cousin. Um, Dee Snider from Twisted Sister wanted to tell the story of his nephews. It was amazing. Maya sent me a text and she was like, well, I don't actually um, know what my answer would be to that question because I don't know too many people with disabilities, but could I just send a message anyway? Which was so sweet and humble in a way, to say like, well, I still want to participate in this. I still want to celebrate disability, even if I don't have a friend or family member with disability. It was amazing. So I was just blown away by the depth of people who we often see as celebrities, pop figures. They'll show up in tabloids. They'll show up, on the radio singing about this or that. To really take the time. I mean, Meatloaf sent us a video of 28 minutes. We asked for like 1 minute messages, but to take the time and celebrate the people in their lives who have made positive impacts on them, it was amazing. So there's just something powerful and amazing there that wasn't our doing. We extended the invitation, and I'm so blown away that people actually took it.
Yes, and that was really, it was very positive from each celebrity, very positive, and I really loved that. That was my most rewarding part of it.
To see all those celebrities talk about disability.
It was really nice and positive about it.
Hmm.
Helen, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I mean, I wasn't involved in that as much. But, I think that what Michael was saying is pretty much exactly what I would say, in the sense that, like, I don't, sort of what I was saying earlier, like, people often sometimes don't have that opportunity to talk about it, but it impacts a lot more people. And it's like just giving people space to have a conversation about it when it isn't something that they're normally asked about is, I think, the reason why so many people responded.
That's a great point. And, there's stats that say that disability is like the largest minority. People with disabilities, like it's about 1/5, 1 out of every 5 people. But we don't necessarily think of people with disabilities as a minority group. Like we don't think that a child with Down syndrome and a grandparent who, lost the ability to walk are necessarily in the same category. But the truth is, it is a very powerful minority group. And I think, like you're saying, Ellen, a lot of celebrities just don't get the invitation to talk about it. And it was just so cool to see that when you do say, hey, do you know someone with disability? And Shaggy's like, yeah, my best friend just lost his leg. And, Shaggy.
Yeah. And anyways, I heard that we're starting another project. an animation project that's coming up at Large Canada. Would you mind explaining that to us here at the Disability Channel?
Ellen hasn't heard about this yet. So we have an audience too in front of us. Well, um, I'm very excited to say there's an incredible up and coming musician in Canada. His name is Jordan Hart. He is amazing. I mean, his lyrics are incredible.
It is.
His voice is otherworldly, and his instrumentation and everything is really also, it's atmospheric. It's emotional. You can really feel it. And so anyway, he wrote a song which I probably can't tell even the title of, but it's going to be like the main EP for his new album. And he asked us to make the music video. So I wrote a script to the song, and because of COVID, we can't shoot it as a live action, unfortunately. So we're going to do it as an animation. And the cool thing is that it's a coming of age story of a boy with Down syndrome, and it follows him throughout his whole life in the period of 4 minutes. And Nick is the assistant director.
Director of this project.
Yes. Which might be, I don't know, Nick, but it might be the first time that someone with Down syndrome is an assistant director on a commercial music video, like a mainstream music video. You might be breaking the glass ceiling. I don't know.
I'd be happy to do that.
It's super great to work with you, and I'm really glad that you agreed to be on my team.
And I'm looking forward to it too. And on that note, can you guys tell me and our viewers at the Disability Channel, is there a person with disabilities who has had a positive impact on your life?
Nice. Do you want me to go first, Ellen?
You can go first, Michael, if you want.
Okay. All right. There's so many. It's kind of hard to decide who am I going to talk about. Honestly, because I've been so positively impacted. I can't separate my life from disability, or from people who we label as having disabilities. I guess if I were to pick, might be my friend Musa. So Musa is a friend of mine with cerebral palsy, and he lives in Kenya, and he's a remarkable fellow. If you don't know his name, type into Google, "I am Musa," and a video will pop up. That's a video I made with him. It's the first video I made with like a camera, like a legit camera, in 2014. It went viral, and I think not only like did in a way he launched my career because he asked me to make this video and I made it about him and then it went viral and then I became a filmmaker. So I was like, okay, I owe him my artistic trajectory in a way. But I lived in the same compound with him for 3 years and learned so much from him. He's just a great human being. He taught me a lot. We had so much fun. He loves to like work out, and so I got better at sit-ups when I was hanging out with him. Because I never do sit-ups, but I would when he was around. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much. I'm sorry, it's not really a good answer. Like, because he's such a pivotal person for me. I've learned so much. I would need to like really sit down and write a laundry list. But he is one of the most impactful friends that I have, and he'll be standing with me at my wedding because we're going to have it in Kenya so that he can.
Yeah. And that's good. I'm really happy for you, Michael. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And Helen, what about you?
You are going to get embarrassed, but one way that I'm going to limit this question is just to think about the last year. And like, if I think about someone who has a disability who's made the biggest impact on me this year, it's definitely you, Nick. It's been so great, like hanging out with you and getting to know you every week and just texting about crazy ideas for like costumes and but I mean, like, yeah, we spent a couple weeks even before the competition started hanging out, and I really enjoy that time. I also really enjoy like how, just hearing your perspective on a lot of things about disability and the way that you approach it, and just both with humor, but also with a real authenticity, and getting to learn about your life has been really great this year. So, because it's just, as Michael says, like, I mean, if 1 in 5 people in the is part of the community of people with disabilities, it's like there's a lot. I could name a bunch of other people that I've known who've had some kind of physical or intellectual or mental health disability that that I'm really close to, but I'm just going to limit it to this year, and you're definitely that person.
Well, thank you, Helen, and thank you for sharing that. I'm not telling you the truth. I'm not embarrassed. So I'm very glad that you said that. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, really.
Yes, and thank you. Thank you to Michael and Helen for joining us today. And thank you, you guys. Thank you for all of you for watching the Keeping It Real with Nick. Hope you guys had a good time watching, and also stay tuned. There's more to come. And just to let you know, I'm also going to be in a rhubarb festival with the LGBTQ community. Please look out for that. So check that out. Check it out on the website. So it's called Rhubarb Festival. So check that out. So, and I am going to be part of that festival. And I've started my own Art Nick fashion. It's on Facebook. It's on my Facebook. It's a Facebook page. So please check that out. I'll be posting stuff on there. So I've taken my paintings onto print and onto clothing. So that is the next step I'm going to be doing for the next few years. So I've started my own brand, and we're going to see where we go from there. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.